One of the most difficult things for security leaders to do is to balance the need for a deep technical understanding of security events, so specific and focused and targeted information and detailed information about a breach or an attack, for example, with the ability to understand and articulate the broader threat environment, the risks facing an organization. So when we try and balance these two, we see that there's a point in the middle at which security leaders have to be able to understand a huge amount of detail and articulate that in a very simple, business-orientated way. The major imbalance between ourselves and the adversary is a really simple one. We have to be right every single time, and the adversary only has to be right once. Now, this allows them to be very focused, very targeted, and very specific about their attack vectors, the methods and the ways that which they try to compromise our networks and they try to steal our data. What that means for us on the defensive side, that we have to try and allocate our resources across a wide front, and we have to be both specific and general in our defensive techniques and posture. That gives the attackers a huge advantage, and it gives us the really difficult situation where we have to understand and try and predict where they're going to try and attack and compromise us, which means there's a greater reliance for us on detailed intelligence and pattern matching correlation of events so that we can try and stay one step ahead of the attackers. I think we need to do two things. One is we need to deepen the specialism of the tools that we currently have, so get greater level of granular detail out of the tools we currently have. And then the second part of that is we need to be able to link all of those current investments together to allow us to have that composite picture and to track behavior across those different areas. And I think that's where we start to enter the world of big data for security, which says we can amass a great volume of information, of data points. We need to correlate those together to track behavior of systems, of users of data. Traditionally, we've been very bad at understanding user behavior, and we've been very bad at protecting the data. We've been much better at understanding how an application works and much better about understanding how the infrastructure, the network, and the server components work. So we need to take all of that information together and track user behavior and data behavior. And I think that's the point at which the investments people have made will start to pay off into actionable intelligence. And that's a lot of the work that we do at HP allows us to gain that composite view across thousands of clients, across hundreds of billions of events every single month. One of the things we often talk about is, are you able as a business leader to ascribe monetary value to your information assets? And that's the starting point of this whole subject. So only 23% of CEOs are able to ascribe a monetary value to their assets. And if you can't value something, you can't begin to understand how to protect it or how much money to spend on it. Information assets differ wildly, whether you're a government department, whether you're a military organization, whether you're an oil and gas producer or a retailer, an online retailer, a physical retailer. The assets that you have, whether they be deep R&D, intellectual property, capital, or whether it's transactional data around a consumer, or whether it's a healthcare record. These are it's the lifeblood of an organization. Identifying those things and protecting them, I think, is the first step. The second step really is understanding the threat that's facing those data assets, and the amount to which you can respond in real time to that threat will define your ability to respond and hence mitigate the damage when you're attacked, not if.